Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session on going from stuck to unstoppable. I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm just pulling up, I totally lost all my notes, and so I need to bring that up really quickly. But I'm very, very excited. We have a super immersive session for you today, and some of you I see are already members of personalized coaching, which is awesome. You can chime in the chat and tell everyone what you love about it, and most importantly, the offer that we're going to share with you today, you are more than welcome to share that with friends. So thank you all for being here. If you are brand spanking new to Silk and Sonder, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Mayhem, the founder and CEO. I started this business back in 2019 is officially when I stopped procrastinating on my dreams and went full time. Ended up raising $4 million, wound up with this amazing multimodal brand to help people live happier, healthier, and longer lives. And so, really, really excited. We are going to be diving deep on how you get unstuck based off of your personality and how you use personalized self-help and self-care to achieve that. And so without further ado, we've got Jen O in the chat moderating. So she'll be compiling your questions. We'll get some time at the end, hopefully. And from there, we can get started. So awesome. Like I mentioned, we are here. We're in the business of building bridges, helping people go from where they are today to where they want to be. Oftentimes, we have members joining us or prospective members joining us who have lost themselves, right? I had certainly lost myself when I started this business. I was procrastinating on everything that mattered to me, but the things that did matter, or procrastinating on all the things that did matter to me, but the things that didn't matter to me, I was just on autopilot. And so we really bridge this gap by offering two main tiers of Silk and Sonder. The best experience is when you combine both, which we're going to show you a little sneak peek into. But our guided journaling membership, this is what we're known for. We launched this in 2019. It's slowly expanded. We have all kinds of programming, but you essentially get a physical or digital journal with a new theme because we know novelty helps boost motivation. So you get a chance to start afresh every single month. You can choose between physical or digital. You also get access to our exclusive app, which has our 24/7 community for how-to tips, peer-to-peer support. You're 65% more likely to achieve your goals by sharing them with others. And so this is really the key to accountability. And of course, you get access to live virtual Sonder socials, which are led by folks like Jen O. And this is really your chance to show up for yourself, that dedicated hour, fill out your journals together, set them up. I think of it as a group fitness class. So you've got an instructor, you are there with your peers, and you really are holding each other accountable. And there's a little known fact, but you actually boost your chances of achieving your goals, whether or not you procrastinate, by 95% when you show up and meet with a group regularly. And so we see a lot of folks that attend socials actually get the goals done, whatever they're writing in their journals and planners. We also recently launched a personalized life coaching. Fun fact, the idea for personalizing Silk and Sonder has always been there. I used to work at Stitch Fix as a software engineer, and I always thought if you can personalize style, why can't you personalize your life based off of who you are and what makes you come alive, et cetera. And so when I was pregnant, I actually was, I had morning sickness or all day sickness, whatever you want to call it. I was totally just like, oh, I can't even get myself to open my journal. I need something. And that was my aha moment to capitalize on the generative AI moment and also combine it with our human touch, working with experts like myself to bring something that was extremely personalized. So when you were staring at your blank journal, or whether you can't even get yourself to buy or use a journal, you've got personalized life coaching. And that is really where you get a personality report and various other things to help you stay on track, which we'll dive into. Be sure to take advantage of this offer. I always throw it up here in the beginning because many people have places to be right after this. And they sign off and then they're like, oh, I wish I got that offer. This is the best offer that we ever offer, and it's going to expire in 24 hours. And so take advantage of it. If you're already a member, you are welcome to share it with someone who you know is procrastinating and delaying on their dreams. But don't feel shy. You can always get your money back if you try it and it doesn't work out. So moving on. So here, I really love this question because when we think about procrastination, right? 88% of people say that they procrastinate at least once a day. So if you've been feeling stuck, whether that means you don't know where to start, or you've tried things and nothing is quite sticking, you aren't alone, because 88% of people say they procrastinate on a daily basis. But by showing up here today, you've already taken the hardest step. And my question to you is, are you ready to stop procrastinating and win back control of your life? Those people who are watching the recording, hopefully, or maybe won't even get to this recording, they are continuing to procrastinate. But you showed up here, so you're already a step ahead, all of them. And that means something is boiling up inside and something told you to show up because you're ready to stay in control of your life. And so, what I want all of us to do right now is just get centered. It's the middle of some of our days, it might be towards the tail end of your day. I want us to do a quick grounding activity. So, go ahead and close your eyes. And I want us to take 3 big deep breaths together. But before we do that, I want you to think about what feels heavy. It's almost like the thing that you know you should be doing, or the stuff that just has stayed on the to-do list and it's just sitting there, but it feels heavy. Just know that it'll get done, and know that we're going to have tactics for you to take away today to actually make those happen, and just shake it off. I can't see you, but I imagine that you're shaking it off. And now we're going to take 3 big deep breaths together. Go ahead and inhale. This is for ourselves, for showing up today. Exhale. One for our fellow peers who are present for today's event. Inhale. And exhale. And one more for our community and world at large. Inhale. And exhale. All right. So, next slide. We polled all of you who registered for today's session, and these are some of the answers on why folks are procrastinating and what they're putting off. So I see weight loss, I see dreams, I see starting a business. Oh my God, I have lots of thoughts on that. So email me after. If you have an entrepreneurial bug, we got to take care of that. Enjoying life, writing a book, starting a podcast, going to get more education, getting a master's. You're starting to see, oh, even folks who've been putting off retiring, you're starting to see some patterns of what people are thinking about but not doing. And likely you're not doing this because your approach or your definition or how you want to go about actually achieving this, something is off based off of your personality and how you're trying to get it done. So let's move on to my reflection exercise. For those of you that are members of Silk and Sonder, you know we never do events, even webinars like this, where there's no immersive activity. So I want you to go ahead, take out your journal or a piece of paper, and I want you to think about what is the number one goal right now. So you can think in long term. So maybe it's a 5-year goal, maybe it's a 1-year goal, 6 months, doesn't really matter. But what is something that you just know you want, but you haven't been able to make happen, or you have continued to keep it on the back burner? And go ahead and write that down. And after you write it down, please share it in the chat. That will be my clue to move on. Now we have some ambitious folks in the audience. Finding another job, dissertation, to go back to college, starting a coaching business. I love that, Kim. Making my side hustle a priority and writing a book, financial freedom, decluttering house, setting up a business, a plan to help get more clients. Why do you think we're doing a webinar? I'm right there with you. It's always something I keep in the back. Closing on sales calls, starting to volunteer. So clearly, you all are self-aware, right? Oftentimes people don't even know what they want, right? But here we are with plenty of ideas. And if you don't know what you want yet, that's totally fine. In fact, that is actually, it's great that you're here because you can learn from some of these examples. But I want us to now move on to the next. Please go ahead and write it down, because now that you've written it down and you're sharing it in the chat, you're like 65% more likely to achieve it. So just do that if you haven't yet. So the next question I have here is, what do you think has stopped you from reaching that goal? So you've identified your goal, and now I want you to think about what those reasons might be. Go ahead and write them down, and then, oh, I'm seeing our overachievers in the house, Michelle and Taylor already sharing, and Jennifer. It seems like everyone has this fear of failure, which is very, very common. And see if you can get even more specific, right? So in my case, one of the goals that has been top of mind for a long time is to break into business to business, B2B or employers, because you can grab more folks. That way people don't have to pay for Silk and Sonder themselves, their companies can sponsor it. But it's the fear of failure, feeling like I would actually spend all this time and then nothing would get done or would it be fast enough? It's my impatience. It's this feeling of so much work, but then what if it leads to zero results or not enough of an impact? So see if you can even define it further. Like, what is that failure? Is it the fact that no people would come to or buy your product if you were to do it? Is it more than that? Is it layered? Is it the details? Think about all those reasons. I'm just seeing money, overwhelmed. So there's a lot of emotion, limiting beliefs that I'm seeing. People are already burnt out. What if you lose everything? These are really, really heavy emotions. No wonder you're procrastinating, right? Next question. What methods have you already tried to reach your goal? And why do you think those have not yet worked? So think about those things. Maybe you've tried talking to your coach about it. Maybe you've tried using your journals around it. Maybe you've tried showing up for a Sonder social and talking about it there, or whatever method it might be. Or maybe you've tried meditating to quiet the mind and, feel more confident. Maybe you've tried talking to a therapist to figure out what childhood wound is showing up. Whatever it might be, write it down. Thank you, Sarah, for my idea. I'm really hoping I can lean on the Sonder fam to help me make that path easier. That's how I naturally am hardwired. People have tried, what have people tried? Waiting for a few. People have tried to time block some time, but don't get to it. There's this feeling of trying the lists, trying to do the research, trying to track it, trying to talk to your therapist. And I want you to think about why you think those haven't worked. I know the answers, but I want you to think about it for yourself. And while you do that, go ahead and let's go to the next slide, Jen. Procrastination is not you being lazy. That's the one thing I want you to take away from this, because society tells us we have to do things a certain way. And if you're not doing it, if you're not reaching your goals, you're lazy, you're not working hard enough. That is not true. It's not a reflection of your worth or your willpower or your interest. We procrastinate when there is a fundamental mismatch between how we are hardwired. We all have this hardware, right? Those are that's our personality, the different types of personalities, and how we're trying to move forward. And how we're trying to move forward is oftentimes clouded by the things that we can change. So we're hardwired in a certain way, but there are things like our operating system that can get updated with our belief sets, and our behaviors and our patterns. And those are the things that Silk and Sonder can actually help you with. So procrastination happens when your approach to getting something done is not aligned with your natural way of doing things. So if you took your Myers-Briggs and your Enneagram assessments, we're going to be telling you a little bit more about why you might be procrastinating with just those two assessments. But Silk and Sonder actually layers a bunch of other things on top of that to help you overcome it and actually achieve your goals. So let's start at the very beginning of what is procrastination. Like I mentioned, it's not laziness, but procrastination is this intentional delay of important tasks despite knowing there might be negative consequences. So what is on the other side of you not achieving your goals, right? Disappointment, disconnection from purpose, money, like so many things, validation from your peers, maybe just feeling intrinsically rewarded. There is a lot to lose by not doing the things that are important. And that's why procrastination gets its negative connotation, right? Because there certainly is negative consequences by keeping things on the back burner. But let's talk about the myths. So the myths of procrastination, you're just lazy. I know I keep sounding like a broken record, but quite frankly, this is a very triggering thing for me because growing up, if I didn't feel like doing something or if I was delaying something that was important to me, oftentimes I mislabeled myself as just being lazy or not spending enough time, etc. Procrastination is often just emotional self-protection. Like you just saw, there is a fear of failure, there's a fear of judgment. There are all these fears that are rotating around in our subconscious or even our conscious that is trying to keep you safe, right? So that's the reality. You just need more discipline. Discipline without alignment is burnout. If you are doing things the way other people are doing things, my husband, he's a generator on the human design chart. Check, 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 check. He is always getting things done, whether it's urgent or not. Me, on the other hand, I can't get myself to do some of the most tedious but important tasks because discipline for that looks very different than it does for him because I'm a projector. That's another personality assessment that we layer in. We won't get to that today. And then the third is you don't care enough. Obviously you care. You've come up with these goals and dreams for yourself, right? But the reality is for other reasons you're actually just stuck. And we'll talk now about why that might be. And that's really rooted in the types of procrastinations. So let's start at the beginning. What are the different types of procrastination? As I mentioned, not all procrastination is created equal, and solutions for procrastination are not one size fits all. So, in order for us to make real progress, we have to understand why it's showing up for you. So, we don't really care why it's showing up for other people, but we care about why it's showing up for ourselves. So, the first type of procrastination is what we call emotional blockers. So this is often, what we were seeing in the chat. It's caused by fear, it's caused by overwhelm, it's caused by emotional discomfort that makes starting the task or the goal feel unsafe or unclear. Obviously, in my case with Silk and Sonder, when I was a software engineer, I was making six figures. Everything was great. I was doing very well. So the idea of starting with $0 and actually losing money was so, so scary. I felt this immense fear of scarcity and safety being compromised. So very, very natural to feel that way. And that's why it took me a while to even go full time. So when something feels too big, too overwhelming, or just too emotionally charged to start, that's an emotional blocker. So it might be failing, might be feeling this need that you need to be perfect. And by the way, as I'm going through this, feel free to jot down what resonates and share it in the chat because this entire experience is for you to get more self-aware so that we can actually tackle your procrastination issues. Sometimes it's not even fear. So for many of you, it might just be confusion. You just don't know what you should prioritize, so you just don't do anything at all. But what's really happening is your brain is going ding, ding, ding. I'm here to protect you from discomfort. I'm trying to keep you safe. And in that process, you stay stuck and then you never achieve, feeling fulfilled and feeling rewarded by life. The second type is motivation killer. So this is that state of mental or physical sheer exhaustion where burnout, chaos, or this lack of accountability drains you and it drains your drive to take any aligned action. So this often shows up when your tank is just empty. So I did see in the chat that some people are in that, which is probably why you don't feel like doing anything. You're burnt out, your schedule's chaotic, your space feels out of your control, you've got a ton of things to do. So this just feels like another added thing that you just can't make time for. Another thing could be that you're trying to do it all on your own. So no one's really keeping you accountable, not even Silk and Sonder. And it's not really that you don't care, it's just that you're tapped out, right? You're just physically, emotionally tapped out. And when that happens, finding any kind of momentum feels impossible. And so you stay procrastinating. Third, and my favorite, is personality driven procrastination. So, this is the one, like the first two you kind of heard about, you can experience it physically, you're aware that they exist. Personality driven procrastination happens you're, when perfectionism, conflict avoidance, self doubt, all these ways that we individually procrastinate is tied and rooted in our personality traits. And this is what is most overlooked and why we're having this session today and why I built Silk and Saunders personalized coaching in the first place. To me, this is the most powerful because it's not as obvious, right? Not all of us are psychologists that can just, figure out who is what. We all really have very unique wiring. And when you layer everything on top of each other, it gets extremely complex. And that's what we're here to solve. Your unique personality plays an extremely huge role in how you approach your challenges. So when you start to understand what your personality traits are, not just at the surface level, but deeply, it becomes much easier to work with your brain instead of against it. So, whether you're stuck in fear, drained from burnout, or just trying to make sense of how your inner wiring is affecting your outer world, you're not alone. That's why we're here. And that's actually why I built personalized life coaching because ain't nobody got time to figure this out on their own, right? So yes, you may have some takeaways, but to actually bring it into practice, it's nearly impossible to do that without, understanding how everything works together. And that's really what personalized life coaching comes in. So, why do we procrastinate? Again, it's not you, it's your strategy because we all procrastinate differently. And I bet you some of you have no problem getting started, but it's that last 20%, finishing the task, which is me, because it's the details, it's the perfectionism creeping in, etc. And then the rest of you don't start unless you have your perfect plan laid out. And so what do? You just wait for that magical day, and that magical day never comes because you're just constantly planning, 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 as opposed to doing. Very different personalities, but same problem. And this is all based off of who we are and how we think. So, what is the problem with traditional growth tools, right? Even our guided journaling program, it's amazing. It's awesome. You have accountability where you can learn from others, and that really helps you stay motivated. However, books, podcasts, therapy, and traditional coaching, they're not personalized. They're not available 24/7. They're not flexible. They're not always affordable or accessible. No actionable guidance and no accountability. And I'll caveat that, right? Like for those of you that have amazing therapists, lucky for you. I have tried a bunch of therapists and they haven't always worked out for me. I have an amazing executive coach, but I can only really access them or reach them once a week max, right? And so for me, I have to remember, what did we talk about? What are the goals that I mentioned, et cetera, and bring that back. And so if you can afford therapy and actual human coaching, that's amazing because you can basically take the work that you're doing with Silk and Sonder and bring it to them and supercharge it. But the day to day, the 24/7 access, that reactive need that you need when you told your therapist you were going to do something and you haven't done it, you need something to keep you motivated and keep you accountable that really understands your hardwiring. So really, these traditional growth tools alone cannot solve what we are here to solve, which is getting unstuck and becoming unstoppable. So this is the part that most people miss, and this is also the part that is kind of special to Silk and Saunders' secret sauce and secret algorithm with personalized life coaching. What I recognized when I've always been a personality test junkie and I enjoyed reading the reports, but A, I had no idea how to integrate it and incorporate it into my life. And B, I started to realize, oh, wow, we are very complex human beings. So I procrastinate based on this Enneagram type, and I also procrastinate based off of this Myers-Briggs type, and then also human design chart type, and all the different personality assessments. And we know from psychologists that personalities are actually more or less fixed, especially if you answer the questions in the right way. But mindset and behavior, those are the things that we can work towards. So in this case, for those of you that know your Enneagram type, please share it and tell me if you think the reason why you procrastinate resonates. So, for example, I'm a type 3, no surprise, the achiever. So I avoid things that may not lead to immediate success or recognition. So why do you think I haven't done the B2B piloting as aggressively as I would like? Because it takes time. Every employer is different. The convincing process of how effective our method is, what they want to measure versus how we build things, making it integrate seamlessly, promoting it. It's just so much stuff, which is not immediate enough for me to feel satisfied versus changing our website or doing these webinars. I know that many of you who aren't using personalized life coaching are going to convert today, and that makes me feel good. And so this is why bigger deals are getting pushed to the sideline. So I want you to think about what your Enneagram type is. I want you to also write how it's showing up for you for the goal that you picked in the beginning. So just try to think about that, add it in. And then moving on to the next one, this is another powerful assessment, Myers-Briggs, very popular in the business world, and actually very relevant, I think, also in your personal life. So you can see how complex this gets, right? I already have my reason for immediate success and recognition. I am an ENTP, so I start too many things and I procrastinate on the details. So that's why we have guided journaling membership, personalized life coaching, Sonder Kids, Elevate Planner, Life Workbook, stickers. I just have a bunch of ideas and I want them to come to life. Not to mention the couples edition that's going to be coming out later this year and a bunch of things that may not seem focused, but that's also my power, right? And so what happens is I start all these things, I throw it on my team and I get it to 70%. I'm like, okay, guys, you go figure it out. Like I don't want to be dealing with the details. And so in my case, I start a bunch of tasks. I have no problem starting. So on the surface, it looks like I don't procrastinate, but the last leg of the work, I am such a procrastinator. That's why most of the time, when you see a feature lull on personalized life coaching or an event lull or whatever it might be, it's because probably me, I'm the one trying to figure out the details, and that's not what I'm naturally best at. So I think for all of you, it's really important to see the complexity here, right? And this is where Silk and Sonder really helps because we don't expect you to memorize this and figure it out on your own. We are layering it and improving our algorithm way more day after day, week after week, month over month, based off of your feedback, but also based off of this unique insight that I have on the complexity of all these personality assessments. And that's how your daily action plans are going to be tailored to you. So let's see how personalized coaching breaks this cycle. So we've got, you know, a personality report. You get then daily plans and this 24/7 access to your personality, personal life and mindset coach or stylist, as we call it. And really, we're combining mindset, reflection, and aligned action. You have to unblock yourself. Those are those limiting beliefs. You have to get into this positive mindset based off of who you are. You have to reflect on what's getting in your way. And we will write that, like all the content is tailored and written in a way that's intended to motivate you. So what you might see in your journaling prompt is very different than what I would see in my journaling prompt because we react differently to that type of content. And then similarly, the action, the daily and weekly habits that we recommend are things that are really geared towards who you are and those personality traits that we mentioned. So let's see the 24/7 lifestylist, one of my favorite features, in action so this can crystallize.
The 24/7 chat feature is one of the most powerful parts of your personalized coaching plan. Why? Because it gives you direct access to personalized support whenever you need it. Whether you're stuck, overwhelmed, or just need a boost, your coach is right there in your pocket. Here are a few quick tips on how to use the chat so you can get the most out of it. Let's say you're stuck on a journaling prompt. Just click the Get Help button right next to it, and your coach will jump in through the chat. Your coach will guide you with follow-up questions, reflections, or even a suggested response to spark your thinking so you're never journaling alone. Not sure how to fill out a page in your journal or plan? Just ask your coach. You can request a thought starter to spark ideas, or even have your coach help complete the page for you based on your unique personality. Some of the most popular pages members get help with are monthly intentions, habit or mood trackers, weekly setup pages. Whether you're feeling stuck or just short on time, your coach is here to support you and simplify your process. Sometimes you just need support in the moment. You can use the chat to share what's on your mind, how you're feeling, and why. Whether it's stress from work, a tough conversation, or just a wave of anxiety, your coach is here to help you work through it. All you have to do is open the chat and say something like, "I'm feeling off today and can't focus. Can you help me figure out what's going on and what to do next?" Your coach will guide you with personalized reflection, tools, and steps to help you reset and move forward, without judgment. Here are a few other ways you can use the chat. Ask for help prioritizing your to-do list, get ideas on how to structure your day, learn time management strategies that match your personality, or simply ask for a positivity boost when you need a little encouragement. No matter what you're facing, big or small, your coach is here to guide you, support you, and cheer you on. So go ahead, send your first message. We can't wait to support you on your journey. The 24/7 chat feature is one of the most powerful parts of your personalized coaching plan. Why? Because it gives you direct access to personalized.
All right. I think if you just click it twice,
The
it should.
24/7
Oh, there we go. So you can see how your 24/7 lifestylist gets to know you and gets you unblocked and keeps you motivated. How personalized coaching breaks the cycle even more is we are constantly adding more to our personality report. So this to me, for those of you who are nerdy and techie like me, it's kind of like your operating system or your inner rubric. This is how you're hardwired. So it's all about your authentic self, your various different personality traits, your superpowers, your emotional health score, all of these types of things. And because we're adding more personality assessments in and we're improving our algorithm to understand how you might get in your own way, this is really where we shine. So let's see the whole product in action. And before you press play, 1 second, Jeno, I already know many of you who aren't yet members of personalized life coaching are going to procrastinate. You're not going to sign up. You are going to think about it. It's going to be on your radar. And then you're going to be here 3 months from now, 6 months from now, still joining the same webinar. So if you're on the fence, I just want to remind you that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. And if you're ready to take action on your goals and kind of see it almost like going to the gym, you don't question, oh, I'm lifting this weight or I'm going for a walk, what's happening to my body, etc. It's the same thing for your mind. And we're just making it easy. So I highly recommend taking note of this coach.silkencenter.com and using START as the code while you're watching the video if anything resonates. And do not doubt yourself. You're here for a reason. Okay, that's the end of my little pitch.
Personalized life coaching. We're so glad you're here. By being here, you've already done something powerful. You've chosen you. You've chosen to pause, reflect, and invest in the version of yourself that's aligned, grounded, and growing. At Silk and Sonder, we believe transformation begins with intention, and that's exactly what this coaching experience is designed to support. Whether you're navigating change, building new habits, or craving more clarity in your day-to-day, you're not doing it alone. Your journey starts now, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Let's dive in. Now that you've completed onboarding, it's time to explore something truly special, your personality report. This is a snapshot of you, not just who you are on paper, but how you show up in the world, how you think, feel, connect, and grow. Inside, you'll find your full personality reading, including your emotional health score, your superpowers, and your areas of opportunity, all designed to help you understand your strengths, patterns, and where you might need a little extra support. We've pulled together insights from your Myers-Briggs, Enneagram, Human Design, love languages, attachment style, and more, including your thinking traps and saboteurs, with practical ways to navigate each one. You'll also find your core values, your wheel of life reflection, and the 3 focus areas you chose during onboarding. This helps us co-create a coaching journey that's deeply aligned with the life you want to live. We've even included learning lists, books, podcasts, shows, and movies that speak to your authentic self, and self-discovery homework to help you explore your legacy, relive your biggest highlights, and dream up your mini and major manifestations. This report isn't static, it evolves with you, and it's the foundation we'll build on together. Now that you've explored your personality report, it's time to dive into your personalized plans, your daily or weekly guide to growth, alignment, and reflection. These plans are designed for you and with you in mind. Whether you prefer to receive them daily, weekly, every other day, or just whenever you need them, you get to set the pace. There's no right or wrong way to complete your plan. Some people tackle it all in one go. Others space it out throughout the day, or even stretch it over a few days. This is your journey. Each plan begins with your mantra, a grounding intention for the day. Then comes your tip of the day, a quick, actionable insight tied directly to your personality and goals. Next, we invite you to slow down with a short breathwork practice, followed by your affirmations, designed to shift your mindset and uplift your energy. Then you'll get to reflect with your journaling prompt. If a prompt doesn't resonate with you, simply tap Replace to find one that feels more aligned. And if you're feeling stuck, just hit Get Help. Your life stylist will send you thought starters to guide your response. You can even journal directly in the plan, just type and go. Finally, you'll end with a manifestation activity, a chance to dream big and get clear on what you want to attract. And remember, if you come across an affirmation, journaling prompt, or manifestation activity that you love, don't forget to save it so you can come back to it anytime. These plans are here to support you, not pressure you. So go at your own rhythm and know that your life stylist is always just a message away. Before we move on, there's one more feature within your coaching plan that's essential, the Notes for Next Time section. You'll find it at the bottom of every plan, and it's where you can share updates, feedback, and reflections directly with your life stylist. Why does it matter? Because your plan should grow with you. While your original intake form helped us understand where you were starting, life is always shifting, and this section helps your life stylist adjust your plan to reflect your current mindset, emotions, and priorities. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed and need extra support. Maybe a journaling prompt didn't land, or a new goal popped up. This is the place to share it. You can write things like, I've been feeling anxious about an upcoming move. Can we focus on grounding techniques? Or, I really love the affirmations this week, especially the ones about confidence. Can we keep those coming? You can also use it to give feedback on what isn't working. The health-focused prompts haven't been resonating. Can we focus more on career clarity instead? And don't worry, you don't need to write a novel. Just a few lines can make a huge difference. We recommend checking in at least once per week so your life stylist can curate your next plan based on what's really going on in your world. The more you share, the more aligned and supportive your coaching experience will be. So don't skip it, leave a note, and let your life stylist know how they can best show up for you. If you ever feel like your coaching plans are too much or not quite enough, know that you can update your preferences at any time. Inside your dashboard, you'll find a section where you can customize everything from when and how often you receive plans, how many affirmations and journaling prompts are included. This means your plans can flex with your schedule and your energy. You can also update your focus areas as your goals evolve. Whether you're shifting priorities or entering a new season of life, we make it easy to adjust your focus. And we keep a log of all your past ones, so you can always reflect back on how far you've come. Your coaching experience is designed to grow with you. So if something feels off, take a moment to reset your preferences. We'll take care of the rest. Let's talk about one of the most powerful parts of your coaching experience, the 24/7 coaching chat. This is your direct line to support, anytime, anywhere. Whether you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, unmotivated, or just need a little guidance, your life stylist is right here for you. Stuck on a journaling prompt? Just hit Get Help, and your life stylist will jump in with follow-up questions, suggestions, or even a sample response to get your thoughts flowing. Not sure how to fill out a page in your journal or weekly plan? You can upload a photo, ask for feedback, or even have your life stylist help complete it with you based on your personality. Some of the most popular pages members ask for help with are things like monthly intentions, habit or mood trackers, and weekly setups. But chat isn't just for journaling, it's for life. You can reach out when you're having a tough day and just need to talk it out. Feeling anxious before a meeting? Hit send. Can't focus? Your life stylist will help you understand what's going on and suggest small steps to reset. You can ask for help prioritizing your to-do list, structuring your day in a way that works for your energy, or finding time management tips that align with your personality. Or maybe you just need a little encouragement or a mindset shift. We've got you. Your life stylist is here to support you, guide you, and remind you that you're not alone on this journey. Want to go even deeper in understanding yourself? Head over to the Content Library. This is your space to explore powerful topics like your Myers-Briggs type, Enneagram number, core values, or even self-limiting beliefs through expert-led masterclasses and guided exercises. Whether you're craving clarity, tools for growth, or just curious about how your mind works, you'll find something here to support your journey. And the best part? We're constantly adding new content, so you'll always have something fresh to explore, led by coaches, psychologists, and thought leaders you can trust. You don't have to go through it all at once. Just follow your curiosity and let your growth unfold. You're officially ready to begin your personalized life coaching journey, and we couldn't be more excited to support you. Remember, there's no perfect way to do this. This experience is designed to support you, your rhythm, your growth, your goals, and you're never doing it alone. If you ever need help, have a question, or just want to talk something through, reach out to your life stylist directly in the chat or email us anytime at concierge@silkandsonder.com. We're here for you, every step of the way. Personalized life
Great.
coaching.
Before we move on to learning lists, I want to address a couple questions in the chat because I love when people just share their objections or what's keeping them on the fence. So remember, your limiting beliefs or your excuses are going to generate no matter what, right? So I'm seeing folks that are worried about digital detoxing. Totally get that. I mean, I'm the same way. That's why I created a product that helps you disconnect in order to reconnect, right? But just like daily rituals in the app or mini meditations or even seeing the how how people have used and repurposed different sections. Think of your daily self-care plans. I like to call them self-care prescriptions, but didn't know if that would be appropriate from a brand perspective. But your personalized daily self-care plans that get delivered, those are really intended to be consumed and then used, in your regular journal. So you're really just using it as a way to get more personalized stuff so that you can actually fast track your success In my case, I journal, I do morning pages every morning, but oftentimes I'm stuck on what to write because I didn't feel like I had personalized prompts. And so think of it as not something you have to stare at or type in or always have to do. We're actually adding the voice feature. So being able to talk into the journaling prompt and with your lifestylist. So that way you don't have to be staring at it and reading and doing everything. So just know that these are the types of things that you can give us feedback on so that we can make it feel less digitally exhaustive. And also, it's not just on your phone. So you don't have to be staring at your phone. That was something that exhausts me because there's so many notifications. It's just like really stressful. So we are, unlike our regular app, we actually have this available on desktop. So I often open it up on my desktop, pour myself a cup of tea, and I take my, Silk and Sonder journal. I take a picture of it. I ask my coach, what should I answer? Because sometimes I'm just so tired to even know what to say. So that's one of my favorite features is Jenny, my coach, is able to tell me how I should answer a prompt based off of who I am. And it just helps me get unstuck because otherwise I'm thinking of the perfect answer. So hopefully that is helpful. And again, Pamela, Kelly, those of you that are on the fence, I think there's really nothing to lose and everything to gain by signing up because if you actually show that you use the product as intended and for whatever reason didn't find value, it's never happened before, you can email our team and we'll see what we can do with our money back guarantee. Great. So other fun features, learning lists. This is one of my favorites. Obviously, if you are part of the Sonder fam, you know that we are personal growth junkies beyond journaling. And so I get really frustrated when I go into Apple Podcasts and I feel like I have to browse around to find what podcasts I should listen to. Sometimes I get bored of the ones that I'm listening to, hence my personality, ENTP, really likes new stuff. So I created learning lists, and this is personalized books, personalized TV shows, personalized podcasts. We're going to be adding more and more to this, but this is really to support your overall growth. And if we go to the next slide, oops, content library, go back a couple. Yeah, there we go. This is where we actually put all of our exclusive events. So if you aren't able to join us live, you know how it normally goes into our regular course website. Now this is all available, which is worth thousands at this point in your content library section. And we're going to be adding, the more time I get back, the more likely I'll be able to invest more here, but think of it as masterclass for personal growth. So you're going deeper on personality. So if you're ever curious about what to do about things beyond just your prompts, this is where all of that will live. We have some really exciting expert events around childhood wounds, human design chart, big five personality. And as we roll these things out, you can best believe that we're going to be adding things where you'll explore your childhood wound stuff, and then that gets factored in if you want it to in your personalized life coaching. So it's really this marriage between the overall Silk and Sonder ecosystem. And then I want us really quickly, with our 1 minute left, I want you to close your eyes really quickly, and I want you to think about the goal that you wrote down, all those bullshit reasons that are keeping you held back. They're justified, they're warranted, but they're not serving you because you are still keeping your dreams on the back burner. Whether you're looking to write a book, start a business, start a hobby, whatever that is, you already have the awareness, but it's still sitting on the sideline. So I want you to think about 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 1 month from now, achieving your goal and feeling good about the journey and the process that it took to get there. You enjoyed every step of the way, and here you are a few months from now, actually with that book outline, or that dissertation, or that prep for whatever new hobby or volunteer activity that you want to do. And you did this because you decided today you were willing to invest a mere $2 and some change, $2.50 per day on yourself, which, as we know, especially if you're a member of the Sonder fam, investing in yourself has the lowest risk and the highest reward. You chose to take the fastest path to success, and you trusted Silk and Sonder for creating a personalized approach that helped you stay motivated and inspired and accountable in a way that is natural to you, that uses not just AI, but human experts like myself. And you gave feedback to co create the product that you needed to help you get from point A to point B. And open your eyes and imagine what that feels like. Write it down and don't lose track of that feeling because that's only possible when you say yes to you. So we can stick around for maybe a minute if anyone has questions. I'll be taking a little peek, and then we'll kind of close out. So I'm trying to see if I think I answered most. Monica, yes. If I don't procrastinate on the details, we want to launch a couples package, which will be available for pre-order probably around the fall time. And we also are going to be reviving our Sonder Kids subscription concept. So for anybody who has little ones, grandkids, children, nieces, nephews, we're going to be bringing that up. Uh, Kelly, session coming up about benefits of Sage. If you're talking about Sage powers, that is available in the content library in the explore section of personalized life coaching. Janine, email us. We can try to figure out how to get you more of your chats. I think we load most of them, but maybe you're looking to reference one before. And then those of you who already have personalized life coaching, it's amazing that you show up to these, and I'm so grateful that this re-inspires you and helps you trust the process even more. I would love, love, love for our world to be more self-aware. I just imagine if all my friends actually use personalized life coaching, if all your friends use personalized life coaching, if your family members use personalized life coaching, imagine how synergized and happy and joyful we'd be. And most importantly, the fact that we show up for our minds, we're actually helping ourselves live a longer life as well. There's a huge mind body connection, and burnout and all these things happen when you're not nurturing your mind. So please share this code. It's only available for 24 hours. Convince your friends, tell them about the 30-day money back guarantee. That's the only way we can invest more resources to making the entire Silk and Sonder ecosystem even better. So investing in you is investing in me and our, women-owned minority small business. So thank you all for showing up for yourselves. I wish the whole world did it.
She's on fire, hotter than a fantasy, lonely like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire, filled with catastrophe, but she knows she can fly away. Oh, she got both feet on the ground and she's burning it down. Oh, she got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Looks like a girl, but she's a flame. So bright she can burn